BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy. Wow. Well, I don't know how to call it, folks. I really don't know how. Like, I don't. Let's see, it's been what? 4 years? 4 years since that COVID shit came out. And, you know, a lot of the shit that was being pushed on us during COVID, now 4 years later, has been publicly announced that they were wrong. The CDC, the WHO, Tony Fauci, CNN, Fox News, they were all liars. They all lied to us, okay? Why? Why is the question? That's the big question. Did the people that took the vax, did they take a poison pill that is slow burning? I know one thing for sure. People were used as test dummies. Okay? And not because it was that urgent, because it wasn't. That fucking flu was just like the Spanish flu. Same shit. It's going to stay around just like the Spanish flu has stayed around. It's going to kill a few old folks when they got pneumonia in the hospital, and then they come down with the flu. It's going to kill people. But the way that, here's the thing, man. America, okay, because yes, the whole world shut down pretty much. But let's talk about America. America saw something that it never seen before when COVID hit. What was that? Well, something like 800,000 businesses forced to shut down. That's mom and pop shops, that's restaurants, that's maybe not gas stations, but that's little mom and pop shops. I mean, I'll speak from experience. I saw the gyms closed down by my place. I've seen people go to church. And it all ended up being fucking bullshit. People were getting vaxxed and still getting sick. People that were sick were getting mandatory vaxxed. Once you get sick, you don't need to get vaxxed because you have natural immunity. Stupid. But see, here's the thing. The people are just as fucking... Well, I guess the people were retarded. And the big pharma and the big corporations, they were the fucking thieves. They were the criminals taking advantage of dum-dums. And the rich got richer. That's for sure. And they dangled a couple bucks in front of people and said, we're gonna send you some money. We're gonna hook you up with some money, folks. Stay home. Oh man, they're about to shut down the freeway right now. Fuck, I need to get off the freeway right now. Ain't gonna fucking. I'm sorry. I'm not the type that fucking sits around when they do a fucking SIG alert or whatever that shit's called. I see the cop, he's doing those fucking S turns in the middle of the freeway, so he's gonna shut down. Everybody's gonna be forced to stop. Fuck that. I got a totally 8.5 hour drive right now. I'm going to pick up my guy here in Ritchie Canyon, and then we're headed up to Concord York, California. It's up there in the north, or I guess by Oakland and all that shit. And Merced. Kill a cam! Holy fuck. Holy fuck. And Betty Boop. Okay. What's happening, bro? Hey, bro. I know I'm not sure if you're a big fan of Cameron, bro, which you should be. But if you are or whatever, dude, check out the new freestyle that he put out, bro. Ooh, nasty, bro, nasty. Tell your pops I said what's up, bro. I'll run this little red light. Alrighty. So anyways, let me not get off track because, okay, so I know there's just two of you in here, but raise your hand if you have seen any clips or have heard about the debate that Chris Coumo was in just a few days ago on Patrick Bet-David's podcast. Shout out to Patrick Bet-David. I was really concerned when he hired Chris Coumo, which I'm sure you guys know who Chris Coumo is, but if you forgot, he was the face of CNN for a while. After Anderson Cooper came Chris Coumo. Before Don Lemon was Chris Coumo. Don Lemon's fucking butt buddy was Chris Coumo. And his brother was the mayor of New York during COVID. And a lot of people fucking died out there. From what I hear, I don't live out there. I didn't see the fucking funeral homes packed like they said that they were. But for the sake of debate, we're going to see a debate today with Mr. Chris Coumo, Mr. Journalist. I mean, just imagine how much money the fucking CNN, sorry guys, the fucking lane searching shit. Just imagine, I'm not sure how many years he worked for CNN, but just imagine his bank account, okay? And he got real rich off CNN by pushing their agendas. And he's going to... Okay, so anyways, Patrick Bet-David is an Iranian dude that has been here since he was really young. He fucking is a multi-millionaire entrepreneur, motivational speaker type guy. A very positive dude. Alright, no problem, Betty Boop. Thank you, I will. Hey, bro. I know you're loving that new Kendrick. Oh, I don't think I've heard a new Kendrick. Did Kendrick drop again? After They Not Like Us? They Not Like Us. Well, he actually dropped Euphoria after They Not Like Us, didn't he? Bro, that whole beef has been fucking really epic, bro. That shit has been epic. But I don't really know how to call it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Fucking Drake's a fucking pansy. Straight up pansy. But dude said, you know, like, when it comes to rap battles and shit like that, the receipts are what matters, bro. And that dude fucking trolled Kendrick Lamar really hard in the middle of their beef, bro. And literally fucking sank in a mole in Kendrick's team. So he fucking told one of his buddies, hey, act like you're turning on me, and I'm gonna give you this stuff to give to Kendrick. Let's see if he fucking doesn't do any research and just fucking bites and raps about it. See, this is where that cop's fucking shutting down the freeway right here. Right there he is, shutting it down, you bastard. And that's why we're passing him up. Hello. Anyways, yeah, that fucking rap battle has been pretty epic. But yeah, you know, like, Drake came with a lot of good receipts. Now, I know Drake is a fucking Disney fucking actor. He is no gangster. He does not write, and I mean, I'm sure a lot of your favorite artists don't write their shit. But Drake is just like an actor. He's an actor in the rap scene, and everybody sees him that way. But he's a superstar and a hit maker. You know, so he's popular. But he came out with a lot of tea on Kendrick that hasn't been refuted. And like I said, he made Kendrick drop false information thinking it was true on Drake. So he really lost that one right there. But when it comes to the actual lyrics and the songs and the beats and the, I mean, come on, dude. Kendrick just destroyed him. Kendrick has, he fucking lit up the West Coast, bro. He lit up the West Coast. Uh-oh, my phone fell. Alright, so this podcast that we're gonna watch is like 3 hours and shit, and I haven't even watched it all. I think I'm like 2 hours in. I'm doing this 1 hour drive down to Rich Canyon to pick up my guys, so we'll listen to the first hour of this thing. Okay, and let me introduce you guys to Dave Smith. Dave Smith. See, I think this was genius of Patrick Bet-David. Okay, so about a month ago, Patrick Bet-David gave Chris Coumo an opportunity to work on that podcast, okay? Because he had just got fired from CNN, and Chris Coumo invited dude in, and I was like, what? And a lot of people were like, what the fuck? This CNN head right here, you know what I mean? But we see that Patrick Bet-David had ulterior motives, and what he did is he hired him, he made friends with him, and then he fucking sent him to the dogs. He sent him to the dogs, boy. And our dog today is David Smith. Oh, fuck. What's going on, dude? Did this fucking car accident go into this shit too? Damn. Somebody fucking crashed into the little embankment here. That's not too good of a morning starter. Yep. Right into that ditch. Went for a little wild ride in that BMW, dummy. So, now what's even more fucking epic of Patrick Bet-David is that, okay, so now he's, he took a hit from everybody because people were like wondering why the fuck he hired Chris Coumo. And now he comes out with this debate. And it's Chris Coumo versus Dave Smith, and PBD is the moderator. Who's Dave Smith, folks? Who is Dave Smith? Dave Smith? It sounds like a straight up regular. That's what he is. And that's what is about to absolutely embarrass the fucking shit out of Coumo right now. A regular dude, just like you and I. David Smith is a third of the podcast and comedic group, the Legion of Skanks. Legion of Skanks are 3 raunchy comedians that don't give a fuck if you like their shit or you don't. They don't sell out. They don't bite their tongues. And they love comedy. Okay? Now, Dave Smith, he has taken his platform a little bit on a different route than the other 2 skanks. There's a yearly festival that goes on, usually like in Vegas. It's called the Skank Fest. Dave Smith is a big part of that or whatever. But Dave Smith has been, ever since coronavirus, Dave Smith has been, you don't see him too much on these podcasts. Why? Well, because he's been on his political gang. And folks, Dave Smith probably somebody that I would consider voting to get into office. A regular Joe. Yes, sir. A regular Joe. Yes, he can be corrupted. Even though he's a regular Joe, he can be corrupted. But him and his two other friends at the Skanks have had ample opportunities to be on the big screen and never made it. Why? Well, because of their comedy is so raunchy that in order for them to get on that big stage, they would have to tone their shit down and edit their shit out a lot. And they're not about that. So when most of, oh, you're about to get hit, dude, you're about to get hit. Ah, you dummy. Jeez. That person in that fucking SUV must be asleep, bro. How the fuck did he not see that big ass truck right there? And then acted like he still didn't see him, like he didn't give a fuck. This guy right here. In this SUV, you dumbass. You're probably a cop because you got the blue line flag. Veteran. Probably old as fuck. One of them Prince Hall Masons, huh, buddy? Anyways, so Dave Smith is not a Trump guy, is not a Democrat, is not a Republican. He is what you would consider a classic liberal, or I'm sorry, a classic independent. Okay, and folks, he brings out the arsenal right away. All right? And shout out to Patrick Bet-David again for bringing up the receipts and absolutely embarrassing Chris Coumo using his own words and his own receipts. What? Homeboy's not feeding him no more, bro? What's homeboy's name? Are they all still there? Send me some pictures, bro. You want me to get down there? I'm actually headed up to Colorado right now. I'm probably going to be out in Colorado for, oh, don't tell my lady, but I might be out there for until November. No, I mean, I'll come home a couple times or whatever, but I think we just landed a pretty big contract in Colorado. The same thing that we were doing last year, that I've been telling you guys that we were going to do this year. Just took a few extra months, which we've been busy out here anyways. I've been all over Northern California and the West Coast. Yesterday I was in Beverly Hills, working right across the street from all them fucking expensive stores where people buy fucking pairs of jeans for fucking $9,000 and shit. Stupid. Those kitties though, man. Miss the kitties. Tell everybody I said what's up over there, bro. Tell Greg I said fuck you, Greg. Alright, here we go. Rewind it here.
You ever think you will make it? I feel I'm so close I could take sweet victory. I know this life's meant for me. Yeah, why would you bet on Goliath when we got Bet David? Value payment, giving values contagious. This world of entrepreneurs, we get no value to haters. I be running, homie, look what I become. I'm the one.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Valuetainment Studios. Everybody in house, make some noise right now. Whether you're joining us from home or you're in the studio, we are thrilled to have you guys with us tonight. We have an amazing event lined up as we bring together two powerhouse figures for a thorough, provoking debate. Guiding us through tonight's debate is not only the founder and CEO of Valuetainment, but also a visionary entrepreneur, a masterful communicator, and the man that truly epitomizes the vision. The future looks bright. Put your hands together right now, everybody in the house. And make some noise right now for Patrick Bet David.
All right, where we going? How you doing? My man. Okay, by the way, I have to tell you, the reason why we're starting a couple minutes, are they seeing this worldwide or no? Is it live already or no, Vin? Are we? There was a massive fight that broke out backstage. Dave Smith and Chris Coumo. Tom had to separate them, but we're now ready to get started. A couple things you need to know. Are you guys okay if we celebrate two things tonight before we get, is that okay with you? Do you know what's special about tonight? The man that just brought me up hasn't drank alcohol for 1 year. Today is his 1 year. Oh, and the Libertarian Convention was taking place, Trump's there, all these other things that's going on. Finally, we got the date in place. Dave gets up and he says, hey, PBD, Coumo, why don't we do this? Let's make this happen. Let's make this happen. And you can say whatever you want about anybody.
Oh, yeah. Let me make another point to shout out PBD, this guy that's speaking, Patrick Bet David. He snaked fucking this debate. He really snaked his way in. How? Well, I'm sure he had the vision of getting Coumo to debate somebody the whole time. I'm sure that's why he hired him. Who knows? But we all know how these mainstream media pundits are gutless. They're gutless. They have no backbone, and they would run from a situation like this in most situations. But I think Patrick Bet David is such a fucking genius. He didn't try to get somebody that's very known, like a Joe Rogan or somebody that, you know, to do this debate, because I think Coumo would have said no. The only way that Coumo agreed to this is that he said, who's this Dave Smith guy? And then he went back and did his research on this guy, Dave Smith, and sees that he's some fucking comedian from some podcast named Legion of Skanks, and they have this Skank festival, and all their fans are degenerates, and this guy's probably fucking about as sharp as a marble. I'm sure that's what Chris Coumo thought. But folks, that is furthest from the truth. Patrick Bet David picked David Smith because David Smith is a nobody. He is a no name when it comes to like the mainstream. But you know what? This dude is a fucking serious researcher, truther, journalist, and you'll see how he fucking easily just dismantles Chris Coumo on every single point. Here we go.
One of the biggest things that Dana White gave a compliment about Conor, he says, you can say whatever you want about Conor. If I call him for a fight, he's always ready. You don't have to agree with the person. You don't have to agree with the person's views. You don't have to be on the same page with them. But you have to respect the fact that they're willing to have this conversation, that nobody, if you ask anybody on the left, from CNN, from mainstream media, to come and have a sit down here, do you know how many people would say yes to this? This many people today. We invited, okay? So no matter where your opinions are, if you believe in freedom of speech, which we do, if you believe in debate, if you believe in discourse, if you believe that the way we get closer to the truth is by clash of ideas, if that's what you're all about, you got to respect it. And I applaud both of these guys for agreeing to do this. Obviously, on one end, Dave Smith, probably one of the most formidable names right now in the marketplace when it's coming up on the libertarian side. There are a lot of people who are libertarians want to see this guy run for president. A lot of them. You hear conversations regularly about the fact that Dave Smith will be the guy. Why are they getting this other guy? We want to see this guy coming in. Obviously, Dave is great. I never said Dave is at the level of Joe Jorgensen, but he's good. He's got some. Dave, I don't want this thing to get to your head. Honestly, I don't want to do that kind of stuff to you, but he's loved. Joe Rogan likes this guy so much that he had him on 2 times back to back. That's how much he loves this guy. Anyways, give it up to the one and only Dave.
And I didn't even know that little fact. Joe Rogan podcast. Joe Rogan's been doing podcasts for quite some time now. His podcast is very fucking popular. His podcast is a multi-million-dollar project. Okay, I'm talking about multi-hundred million dollar project, and he doesn't just have the same person on 2 times in a row. I don't think he's ever done that with anybody else. This is unheard of. I have to go back and watch these. I've seen clips of with Dave Smith and Joe Rogan, but I don't even think I've seen the whole thing. But for him to bring somebody on back to back, wow. For sure, Joe Rogan definitely liked what this guy was saying. And he doesn't talk like Patrick Bet David right now brought up presidency. I've never heard Dave Smith talk anything about politics, about being a politician or running for politics. All he does is just go up there and have conversation with people. Watch or listen.
2 times back to back. That's how much he loves this guy. Anyways, give it up to the one and only Dave Smith.
Thank you, Pat.
Man.
Thank you, Pat.
Cool. Man. All right, and the next person, you know who he is. For a couple of years, he was the face of CNN. I think he was there 15 years. And he's got his own show. He's with News Nation now. Another one of these names. I've had a chance to spend time with him and his family. I've had a chance to spend time with him and his wife. We broke bread at the house one time with his wife. Absolutely loved the family dynamics, how supportive she was. And the same with Chris, when I seen with his kids, with his family, getting on the floor, doing
I just dropped the link to what we're watching. If you guys want, if you have 2 devices, or if you just want to listen to it yourself, there's the link to this video. Follow along and watch it if you want. Or watch it on your own. But it's good. You're gonna be as soon as they start, you're gonna be hooked because it's that good.
My guy, I like how people are behind closed doors. My experience has been great. With that being said, give it up, Chris Coumo.
Everybody clap. Everybody clapped. There was no booze, so that's what's up. Patrick Bet David found a respectful crowd. Okay, because you're gonna hear booze in a minute.
All right, so let's get started. By the way, just so you guys know, one of the things I value a lot is being responsible. So I just want to make sure, I hope you guys are comfortable with this. We were ready to do this. I mean, obviously a lot of the topic tonight, the things we'll be talking about tonight will be COVID, will be vaccine, will be Fauci. Those things we have to talk about. There's some things I will get into. And then we have to talk about the fact that yesterday there's this guy where Alex Soros, who I don't know if you guys know who he is, his father Jorge, he just tweeted a few hours ago saying everybody on the left has to use the word convicted felon nonstop over and over and over again. If you guys know what I'm talking about, last night 34 counts. We have to talk about who is now Donald Trump, convicted felon. I want to get your thoughts on that. I got some things I want to talk to you about with immigration. I got some things I want to talk to you about with dual citizenship. I'm curious to know where you stand with that, with dual citizenship. And then a couple other...
That's fucking awesome that he said that right there. That he wants to have a talk about dual citizenship. And that's coming from someone who is an immigrant, who is an Iranian. But he is not a citizen of Iran. He does not hold dual citizenship. But a lot of politicians do. You cannot serve 2 countries. What are you going to do if those 2 countries have differences? Split yourself in half, dummy?
Which we'll bring up. We got 3 hours to go through it, and a couple other questions here from others. By the way, to do this the right way, I have a special toy here with me. I don't know if you guys recognize this. I think we have to pay respect because, you know, this is serious stuff.
You know what? There's probably an echo, so I'm going to mute up. See, I already forgot that I was muted. But yeah, bam. Okay. This guy, Dave Smith, is not a politician. He's just like a regular fucking dude. And the thing is about Donald Trump, okay? In 2016, everybody was saying, we gotta vote for him. He's not a politician. He's not a seasoned politician. Okay, well, those same people were unaware that Trump was on the ballot in the year 2000 alongside Huckabee for president. In the year 2000. You guys know that? No, you probably don't. You dummies that fucking thought that he was not a politician in 2016. And forgot that he was best friends with politicians with the sort of, you know, the ilk of the Clintons. Oh, you know, attending weddings. Well, you know, okay. I mean, we can get even further and talk about how all these politicians and all these presidents are somehow connected through blood and very, you know, I mean, we can get really deep with that, but we don't have to go that far. You know, my point is, this guy Dave Smith, he's got that natural sound to him. He's not fake. He's not a CIA operative that they've been holding off, and now they're letting him loose, and then now he's going to set the whole fucking shit on fire as an independent, which I'm glad he is an independent. But again, my point is just to point out this guy is the real deal. If you want to say, oh, he's not a politician or whatever, you know, this guy's a comedian. He's a comedian from New York, and COVID got him into the, you know, it got him his noggin jogging and got him into doing research and shit. And now he wants to talk about all this shit that he's found out, which a lot of it is known because of these companies like the CDC or whatever have had to fucking tuck tail and admit that their shit and their fear mongering was all for naught. Anyways, decent, a little bit of comedy to get us a little bit loosened up. That's decent. off because I'm gonna pick up my my guy here. So the link's in the chat. It gets really good.